Aloha, actually, and welcome to
Mhm.
the conversation we're having. Is all Hawaii all the time. Y'all about to get 30 or fewer minutes of some really great conversation regarding the Norwegian Cruise Line Pride of America cruise. A bunch of us are heading out this August, but even if you're not sailing with us on our particular week, the information that you're getting ready to learn is going to be absolutely incredible. And so, first and foremost, let's do introduction. So, my name is Tiffany Dion. I am a full service travel advisor, as are all of the ladies that you're going to see on the screen today. Um, I'm really about this conversation. I've never been to Hawaii before. I have cruised with Norwegian a lot, but I have never been to the West Coast for a cruise. So like there are a lot of things going on that are going to be new things for me, and I'm really excited for us to dive in. So I'm going to hand it over, and Miss Marlo, would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is Marlo Rubo. I have been a travel agent. This coming up April will be 3 years, and I have been to Hawaii. I just came back in September. I also just had my parents return from Hawaii and absolutely loved it. And I do have a big, huge group booking going in February to go to Hawaii. So Hawaii is definitely a destination that is attainable for sure. How about you, Mo? What do you got going on?
Hey, my name is Monique, out of the state of New York. This is the first time I will be in Hawaii, actually. I've been to the West Coast and things of that nature, but I've never been to Hawaii. It was actually on me and my mother's bucket list. And so we invited a bunch of people. And so I'm glad that I'm going to be able to travel with a bunch of people that I know and some people I don't know on this new experience. I have cruised before, so this is just a new experience in the US versus the Caribbean. So kind of love where this is gonna go. T, what about you?
Hi, Auntie. Hawaii was on my list, and I'm excited to go. This will be my first time, even though I know a lot of people that went. So I'm excited to take people that are returning back to the island and to experience for myself. And I'll hand it over to Trina.
Hey, aloha. Um, my name is Trina. I am a travel agent also, as we all are. This is a bucket list trip for me, and it turned out to be a huge cruise for me. And we have a lot of people going. I'm so excited because it's my first time in Hawaii, and I can't wait to see everything and experience everything the culture has to offer.
I
Back
love
to
it.
you.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so I know that we are streaming in a lot of different places. I can see 14 views right now, but some of the pages may not have connected. So we're all going to go. We're going to take like a 10-second pause, and we're all just going to make sure that we're sharing it to our groups from our personal pages. That way, everybody's supposed to get it. So I know that I've shared it into the Aloha group because it's streaming on my personal page. And then everyone else will just take a quick second. I can see it streaming into Marlo's group. But sometimes it's technology, so we get it. We totally get it. Yes, just
Yeah,
give me a moment, and I'll be
I'm
right.
getting messages. No one can see my stream.
Okay.
I'm working on it too.
Let's. What'd you say, Mo?
I'm working on it too. A couple people that said they can't see it, so
Okay.
just trying to see
Okay.
what's
Hey,
going on.
Trish. Hey, Jay Woo. I'm trying to join on my laptop. Okay.
For me, I had to change mine when it live streamed. It put it as private, so I had to edit it and make it public. So maybe that'll help a little bit because some
Mhm.
people said they could see it on my personal page, but not the group.
Okay. Okay. And that's all right. So let's get this over to Trina. Do you want me to share it to your personal page?
Yes, could you please? Thank you.
I absolutely can. I absolutely can. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. There we go. Friends timeline. We've got Trina Bina. All right, there we are. All right, all right. So, you all, we are going to dive in. Um, the Facebook won't let us be great with CJ. And so she is in the comments supporting because for whatever reason we couldn't get her on screen, but we see you guys. And Peggy and Barbara. We see you, Miss Bernadine. We see you, Loretta. We see you, Lisa. We see you. We see you. All right. All right. All right. So let's dive in. We've got some really great information. There are a lot of updates. And so some of these updates are going to be specific to the people that are sailing with us August 12th through the 19th of this year. Check-in is now open. It's so exciting. So let's talk about that very quickly. What is the check-in process online? For anybody that has not completed it yet, does anybody want to just kind of take that one on and talk about what you needed, what you had to do to get checked in?
I'll take that. Well, you had to go to ncl.com. And if you are a new to Norwegian Cruise Line, you had to register first before you were able to check in. So once you were registered, you were able to check in on ncl.com. You answered the questions that they ask you, and you had to watch the safety video as well. You had to check the boxes that you watched the safety video. You had to download a photo of yourself. And once you completed each step, it gave you a check to let you know that you were completed with that part of the check-in process until you got to the end. And then it said you have completed your check-in.
I love
If
it.
you missed something, then it would have given you an error message. So you had to go back and check and see where you may have had an error.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Trina. Marlo, I'm coming over to you because since you have experienced the Pride of America, can you talk to us about what the boarding process was like on the day of the cruise? What happened? What should we expect?
Okay, so mind you, I was supposed to go on this trip back in 2020 when it was all canceled, right? So I just want to say something. If you guys have already have a Norwegian trip on your app, make sure you are on the right trip. Okay, because we still had our old trip on there. So when we checked in, it took a little bit for them to fix it. Not a big deal. I mean, the check-in process was awesome. I'm going to tell you what, guys. It was wonderful walking in there, and I got laid. I'm just saying. The fresh flowers that they had, I can't guarantee it's going to happen. You know, the fresh flowers and stuff, they do have different types of lays depending on what their availability is. But it was amazing. I walked in there, and it was a big, huge room. It was very roomy. They had a gentleman there playing music as if because you're in Hawaii, right? They got that ukulele going, and he's singing, and it's just a great atmosphere. It's very welcoming. So when you go up to the desk, they finish off that process, and then they tell you can go ahead and have a seat. Pretty much like, some of your regular boarding, you get that whatever time that you picked, you're there. I think we were there. I was kind of surprised because other cruise ships did not do it this way, but we were, and they sat the chairs in twos of two. So it doesn't feel like you're on top of each other, which I thought was really kind of nice because, like I said, I went in September, so Hawaii did not have everything completely open at that time. So it was slowly becoming open, okay? But it was great. I think we sat there maybe 30 minutes, and experiencing, everybody coming in and talking, and then we were starting to board, So it was great. It was great. And my flowers lasted the whole trip.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. I'm not sure. Can you all hear me okay? I can't tell if Tanya's frozen or if, you guys can hear me. Tanya,
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Because I will bring my question back around to Tanya whenever we might have lost connection with her. That's totally okay. Mo, what are you most looking forward to doing on the first day? Besides eating.
See how she did me, y'all? And I was going to say overall at the first day. Honestly, there's two things. I guess I'm really looking for. Some clients I booked I've never met that are going, and so I can hear the excitement as I get the text messages and the calls. So I'm just kind of really happy to meet them and just all of us. We're all going. I think it's going to be such a great. We thought about this back in 2020, and it is 2023, y'all. So I'm just really excited about the atmosphere of everybody coming. That's my number one thing. But to do, it's always to eat. That's not fair. To eat the sites, we will be getting on the ship and we will be set sailing from where we're departing from, Honolulu. So it's going to be different than our normal Miami port or anything like that. So I think it'll be a different, the views, of course. I think it's a lot going to be for me. I think it's going to be a woosah kind of vacation for me, from life. So I like it.
Awesome. So I'm gonna ask a question, and this is for people that are not necessarily going on our cruise because they would have had to deal with this already. But many people took advantage of the BOGO airfare. And Trina, I believe that you may have experience with Norwegian's buy one get one free. And if I'm wrong, then I apologize. But what would you say to someone? What advice would you give them, or what would you caution them about if they're looking at Hawaiian cruise and they're thinking about taking advantage of that promo?
Well, what I would say is you get what you pay for. We had budget airfare. I mean, some people who joined this trip with me in 2021 got round trip airfare for 2 people for $7.99. So that's like $400 a person round trip to go to Hawaii. Some people were not quite happy with the air reservations that they got, and understandably so. But Norwegian did point out that it's budget air. So I would caution you, if you think you may have an issue with the air part of the trip, to look into getting your own air and just booking the cruise so that you won't have any issues. That way you can fly in comfort.
I have something to add to that.
Yeah.
Since I actually took the trip. I actually flew United, and we flew out of Grand Rapids, went into Denver straight into Honolulu. Coming home, we went into Chicago, back into Grand Rapids. You're right. You get what you pay for, but a little bit of a tidbit. If you get on the app as soon as you get your flights, you can upgrade from the app.
Yeah, I did upgrade. Actually, I did upgrade my seat.
And so in upgrading, compared to paying that $1,000 per person, because that's what it is right now, just to go to one island, right into the airport and round trip, right? And again, that's not even first class. My parents went first class. I will spare the expense that they paid. They didn't care. They were 70, and if you ask my mom how much anything is, she don't care. She's going, that's what she's spending, because she's not going again, right? I mean, that's the whole point. But I would definitely, if you get the airfare, whatever, through there, because that's what my husband and I did, then we were like looking at the app. It's like, wait a minute, we can be in Comfort Plus for XYZ. Is it worth it? Yes. It's worth it. You don't have to get all the way up to first class, but come on, those 2 extra inches for those hips.
Yes. I did do that.
Feet. Yeah. I don't know how people sit on their feet. I don't get it. I don't. But it makes a big, huge difference. So that would be my first suggestion. As soon as you get your airfare, download that app and look at it and say, and get that Comfort Plus. Hey, if you want to go first class and pay for it there too, do it. Do it. They
don't allow you to upgrade to first class. So that's one thing. With the BOGO Air, you cannot upgrade to first class.
It was interesting because when you go on the app, when you go on to not NCL app, when you go on to if it's Delta or United, you go on to their app and you download, you'd be surprised what they will give you as far as your offers.
You have to go into the airline they gave, whichever airline they gave you. You have to go into their app or go to their website to upgrade. But they Norwegian let me know that they won't allow you to upgrade the BOGO Air to first class, or you void the BOGO Air.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, because I wasn't going first class, so I at least if they told you that, that's good to know. Yeah. But if you can get that Comfort Plus, it's worth it.
Yeah. I see Valerie in the comments saying that NCL only put you on the same flights with the person in the cabin. So if you're going with a group, everybody may not get on the same flight itinerary. That is absolutely true.
Yeah.
They used to give you the option to pay extra to group your group together, and then they take that away also. So that's a really good call out. Before we move on, Trina, were you about to say something?
No. I was just replying to what Marlo said, that just to let people know that you can't upgrade to first class with the BOGO Air because it voids the BOGO Air. And and I have a large group, as I said. So and what Valerie pointed out, that if you are traveling with a group, you have to pay extra per reservation to link all of your reservations together so that you fly together. Because we have a whole bunch of people leaving out of JFK, and almost none of us have the same flights going. And I have my family traveling, and we're all on different flights.
So this is a question, and you may have answered this where I had to come off camera for just a second, so I apologize if you did. But does everybody automatically get a lei when they arrive into Hawaii? Do you have to request it in advance? Because I don't want people getting there and looking around and saying, "Hey, how come they're getting and I'm not?"
Okay, so like I said, I got the flower lei, and my husband got the shell lei. When my parents went, they didn't have the flower lei. I don't know if it was just because they only had so many of them, but she got the shell. She did get a lei that was made out of shells. So that is how they greet you when you come in. You know what I mean?
Well, do you have to pay for that greeting, or is that
No.
a standard when
No.
you enter into Hawaii? Somebody's going to be.
Yeah, you don't have to. Now, as a suggestion, if you want to make sure like your clients are getting that flower lei, you can go on that app, and I do believe it's like what, maybe $25, $50 or whatever, and they, whatever the case may be, to make sure that they get the flower one. But that's how it was when I went. And then, like I said, my parents just came back, just a couple weeks ago. And I did ask about that because, I was really excited to get laid. And I do like saying
Understandable.
Yes. All right, well, so we've flown in. We are on the ship. We have our app downloaded to our phone. Let's talk about food for a second, because why not? It's time, right? We got 10 more minutes. Let's talk about food. Mo, what are you most looking forward to eating?
So there's two things I saw. Well, besides that, there's multiple steakhouses, which is always a plus in my opinion. I don't know why it draws to me. Maybe it's because I'm just a simple person, but the dining car area, kind of like diner food area, and it's simple. It's probably burgers and fries and all of that and milkshakes, but I like milkshakes and I like the grease kind of thought.
Are you talking Cadillac Diner?
Yeah, see, thank you. Cadillac the diner. I have a touch of home with the diner, but then I can go splurge and go to a specialty dining with some steakhouse. I like.
So I've only been to Moderno maybe once or twice on different ships, obviously, but the Brazilian steakhouse where you're just gonna walk around and keep carving meat and putting it on my plate, like I'm ready to eat that. And my favorite part of that experience was the grilled pineapple. I felt I had never had grilled pineapple before a Norwegian cruise ship, and it's changed my whole life. So I think that's what I'm most looking forward to. Trina, what about you?
I love teppanyaki. I like the Japanese. So I like that whole experience of them cooking the food right there, and they're doing their little tricks with the food and everything. I love teppanyaki.
Yes. Marla, what was your favorite?
My husband's steak is a steak and potatoes type of guy. So we actually ate at Cagney's both nights. And the food was amazing. The filet, top notch. The ribeye, oh my word. So that's what we did both nights. Just let you know, my parents also went to Cagney's, and my stepdad had the steak, loved it. My mom had the seafood platter, was not thrilled with it. So unless you guys are a seafood diehard, whatever, you may want to choose something else. They also went to that Brazilian steakhouse. My mom said, ready, Mo? Go hungry. Go hungry. Because she was just amazed by how much that came to her table. And she was like, I wish I was starving because it all looked so good. But yes.
Ladies.
And then, you're talking about that Cadillac diner. Mm-hmm. We did eat there, and it's free. It's just almost like if you were going to the buffet. Mm-hmm. It is very nice. It's more of a light side. So if you're looking for just a salad or a burger, the milkshakes you do have to pay extra for, but everything else, everything else that you go there is you can order whatever you like.
Mm-hmm. Really quick, ladies, just because I'm seeing it in the chat, and everybody's talking about the food in the chat. One of the and Marlo, I don't know if you would know this better, but someone said they're being a vegetarian, hope that there's a lot of options. So I didn't know if you knew that. Someone said they want to go to Brazilian steakhouse, Brazilian temiyaki. Yep. So I just didn't know if anybody knows about that, but I just happened to see that in the chat. So I'm really good. And someone said spam is their main meat.
Well, the nice thing that you guys also have to realize about NCL is that if you have any dietary needs, I would definitely reach out ahead of time and let them know. Just to let you know, the buffet, there's no lack of any options. You have all kinds of options on the buffet, and they were all delicious depending on what it is that you're looking for. But especially when you got those specialty dinings, going on, I would definitely make sure that you reach out to the right department and just say, I had this dietary need, or I'm vegetarian. What is it that you have that I can go ahead and be able to enjoy, whatever specialty dining. But I do think that teppanyaki, you can get a lot of the vegetarian needs right there without having the meat. You know what I mean? They have all those veggies that they can do there for you with all those sauces, and I'm sure they can flip that in the air somehow. But yeah, that's.
I'm sure there's probably a vegetarian option at almost all of the restaurants. Because nowadays there are a lot of vegans, so I'm sure that there's something that everyone should be able to eat at every restaurant, even a steakhouse. Have the potatoes and the salad.
Don't forget dessert.
So the last thing that we're going to touch on tonight, ladies, and this has been an incredible conversation. And those of you that are watching, whether you're watching live or the replay, if this has been valuable to you all in any way, please put that in the comments so that we know. I want to talk excursions. So I'm going to ask each of us maybe to share an excursion that we've signed up for, or share an excursion that you want to maybe even suggest that other people meet. And Marlo, I for sure want you to share what you told us to do on Friday night for anybody coming in early. So as far as myself, I have selected I have selected the Smith Family Luau, which is going to be on the Thursday night that we are in Kauai. So that is when we do our overnight. It came highly, highly recommended. I know there are a ton of different options. That's the one that I selected, and I did the add-on transportation service with that as well. So I'm really, really excited about it. And you can go directly to their website for booking and for additional information. So Mo, what one excursion do you want to share with the people before we go?
I am doing the luau, but I'm gonna skip that. I'm doing this waterfall spectacular mainly because that's what I'm here for, right? My mom was like, "Who needs to see a volcano erupt in all of the ashes? I need the cool." So it's like they're gonna pick us up. They're gonna take us around. It's not just the waterfall area. It's a multiple stops type of excursion. And it worked out well for my family because it wasn't too strenuous as far as walking and things like that nature. So that is one of the excursions I'm doing. I'm doing others, but that's one.
Is that called Best of Hilo?
Best of
Hilo?
No.
Oh, okay.
We went through there's like 18,000 excursions.
Yeah, it's
just in case you guys don't know about waterfalls.
Oh, it's amazing.
There's so many of them. Oh, I could pick someone. So Marlo, I'll pick you. Oh no, I'm gonna pick Trina.
Okay. Trina. Why? Thank you. Since I'm coming in a day or two ahead, I'm going to check out the Polynesian Cultural Center, where you get to to see 6 countries, and I've just been hearing so many great things about that as well. And you can have add-ons because it has a luau. You can have a dinner. You can also add the Pearl Harbor to it. So it's like an all-day tour you can do, which sounds like a lot. So I'm selecting to do just the Polynesian Cultural Center since I'm doing that same luau that Tiffany is going to be doing. And if you're there 2 days ahead, they have the club, the Blue Note there. So we're going to get a little bit of jazz in that night that we arrive, and we're going to go to the Blue Note and start out our evening really mellow.
I need those details, please, and thank you. And Marlo closing us out with the best nugget ever. I'm so excited, y'all. She shared this with us on our little pre-call, and it was like, Mike drop Marlo. That's gonna be your new name for me. Okay, Marlo. So what do the people need to know about?
Well, you know, there's so many excursions that you can go on and so many things that you can do. But when you go to Hawaii, and especially when you're flying in from Michigan or farther, you're on that flight for a long time. So you want something that's going to be awesome, right? Friday night, you know, before you guys even get on the ship, they have in Waikiki Beach, they have a torch lighting and the fireworks. It is free. I'm going to be honest, I wish I would have made it, but because we were flying for so long, I was actually in bed at 6 o'clock. But my husband goes, I heard the fireworks. I heard the fireworks. And then he rolled over and went back to sleep. But if you guys can see it, please take pictures and please share it, because I always like the fireworks. I always like the culture of when you're there and you can be able to see the different things that they like to share. So, but yes, most definitely fun.
I love it. Thank you all so much for your time tonight. I know you could have been doing so many other things. Thank you to everyone who is tuning in live and on the replay. I especially appreciate those of you that are in the comments educating us. I see you, Jay Wu. She's giving all type of golden nuggets, and we're going to go back and look at the comments because she's got, and not just her, a bunch of you are sharing a lot of valuable information in the chat, and we appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. It is so exciting to be travel business owners. This is one of my favorite parts about what we do. We get to go and explore new destinations and learn things and just interact with new people and have new experiences. And so I'm honored to be on this journey with each and every one of you. I know the people attached to you all share that same sentiment. And so thank you all so much for your time tonight. If anybody has any questions about where we're going and what we do and how we do it, connect with any one of us. We will be sure to get you some answers, guys. Have an incredible evening. Aloha.
Aloha.